Our Bible story this week for our little ones from the Jesus Storybook Bible is God to the Rescue. It's the story of Moses starting to lead God's people out of slavery in Egypt. So it begins with God revealing himself to Moses in the burning bush. Right? Moses is out tending a flock. This bush catches fire, but it's not burning up, so he goes over to check it out, and God starts speaking to him from the bush. Right? In the Bible, this is when God reveals his actual name to Moses. God's name is I Am. Or sometimes you see it translated as Yahweh, or just YHWH, or just the Lord, or God, right? But he actually gives him his name, right? When you know someone's name, you have a close personal relationship with them. You have a friendship, right? So that's kind of what God is doing here at the beginning of this. And I love that this chapter is called God to the Rescue. The story is God to the Rescue, because it's really God getting down into the muck and the grime and the dirt of Israel's existence and rescuing them from slavery in Egypt. And so this goes through some of the 10 plagues that happened in Egypt. The 10 plagues were not just God waking up on the wrong side of the bed and he gets angry at the Egyptians and he makes the sun go dark and turns some water into blood and brings a bunch of bugs in. Each of these 10 plagues is associated with or directly is something that the Egyptians would worship. And so this is God rescuing them from a poor understanding of what a god is. A god is not a bug, or a horse, or a cow, or any of these sorts of things, right? Gods can't be evoked with certain rituals to keep you safe from pestilence, or boils, or hail, or anything like that, right? Like the Egyptians thought if they offer the right sacrifice at the right time to the right god, he'll keep the hail from coming, right? God, the one God that actually does exist, is bigger and better and stronger and more powerful than all of those things. And so the actual living God who revealed himself to Moses as I Am takes out 10 Egyptian gods as he frees his people from slavery in Egypt. That's a pretty awesome story if you stop and think about it, right? And then Pharaoh finally gets fed up at the end of it and he says, you know what, go get out of here, and Moses leads these people out of slavery in Egypt. The story's not done yet, right? Next week they're going to get to the Red Sea and there's going to be some more trouble there, but they're at least out of slavery in Egypt now. And this whole story points ahead to a much greater event later on when Jesus comes and saves us from slavery to sin and death by dying on the cross for your sins and mine and rising to new life.